Alright, so in today's video, I am going to be giving you guys the best tips to instantly improve your recoil control on console. Now, I made a video similar to this about a month ago, but I feel like I did miss out on a lot of stuff that I really wanted to talk about, and I felt it was a little rushed, and I didn't really like how it came out. And with my recent increase in videos that have to do with recoil control, I've gotten a lot more comments asking me how do I improve the recoil myself. So today, I'm going to go into way more detail and give you everything you need to know and no more BS guides. We're going to just be straight up the most honest, brutal way that you can actually improve your recoil. But if you do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to comment, and be sure to subscribe. But let's get into this. Before we get into today's video, I want to talk about today's sponsor, Outplayed. Outplayed is an app that you could download for free that allows you to go back and clip your content, whether it's 2 kills, whether it's an ace, whether it's from that round, or you can even record it in advance. It's a very great app to have, and you can even go and edit it in the editing software they give you for free. On top of that, if you want to share it to your friends, you can share it across anywhere you want, whether it's Discord, YouTube, Twitter, whatever it may be. It is an amazing app to have because a lot of times you may forget to clip or you forget to record, and with a click of a button that is all customizable keybinds to whatever you like, you can do that. And even when you're not playing Siege, you can use Outplay to capture your content for over 300 plus games. So be sure to go down below and download Outplayed. Alright, so now before I show you in-game, I want you guys to do this one thing, right? Take your controller, look at it, right? As you're looking at your controller, just realize, alright, good, now that all the MKs are gone, what I want to do is I want to show you guys everything that you need to know with this controller. Because, I mean, if you have a standard controller, it'll work out good for you as well. But in my other video I made about a month ago, I pretty much just showed everything to do in the shooting range. Quickly, just to summarize that video, I pretty much just stated, just go in here, just see I shot it earlier, and just practice it. See, watch. Just come up here, sit here, okay, reload. Come up to the shooting range, this is your favorite, your best friend, and just keep practicing your recoil. Do you see how this is all out of ammo? See how it's a whack recoil control? And the more I shoot it, the more I'm going to be used to it. I'm just going to go like this. And it gets better and better and better over time. I just recorded a video playing on somebody else's sensitivity, so I have to readjust back to mine. But quickly in that video, I just showed, shoot the shooting range, sit here, and keep practicing. Like, your recoil control is going to be very good the more you practice, and, it just takes time to sit here and keep refilling your gun. And then I also talked about in that video, when you want to strafe your recoil control, because it's very important, quickly, like, just walk and shoot, walk and shoot, walk and shoot. That will practice for you whenever you are playing. Like, getting used to shooting and controlling your recoil, because obviously not every single gunfight is going to be just sitting here like this and controlling your recoil, right? And then I also just talked about, shooting it further back, trying like that, and just, focusing on stuff like that. Obviously, that's not my normal recoil control. I'm just trying to show you guys real quick. That was generally the video from a month ago, okay? I want to talk about new stuff now, some more new stuff that I think will help you guys a lot, that helped me a lot, but let's get into this. Now, obviously, sitting here in the shooting range and just shooting at the, range is going to help you a lot. But before we get into what will help you, I want to go over the attachments that you need to be using, or that I feel are the best attachments, right? So if I look at someone like Twitch, I think that, or any gun for the most part, you're going to notice that I use flash hider on just about everything, right? I don't really use muzzle brake or compensator. I mean, you could try them, but I personally, from my own experience, think flash hider is much better. Like, I don't think you're going to notice such a big difference. I really don't. However, I do think flash hider feels a lot better for me, especially because, look at this, right? Compensator reduces horizontal movement while shooting. Now, that could be good on certain guns where horizontal recoil might come into play, but you look at someone like Twitch, who has all vertical recoil. It's just pulling down. That's all Twitch is. Other guns like Alibi, you might want to use a compensator on. I still use flash hider, but I haven't really messed around with it enough to really tell you what I think about that. I use flash hider on just about everything. That's another huge thing. Not only attachments, but looking at the gun and then basing it off that for your recoil control, learning patterns. Like, literally, Twitch's is just straight up pulling down. Like, you are quite literally just coming over here and just pulling down. That's all it is. You're just sitting here pulling down. The more you do it, the better you'll see in the beginning of this video. I shot as Twitch's gun, my gun went up in the sky. Once you, go into a shooting range and shoot like I just did, and you do it over and over again, you're going to learn the patterns. It's all vertical. You're just pulling down. And the more you do it, the more you realize how much to pull down on your analog stick. So, but I don't want to talk about the entire shooting range too much, because I did make a whole video about that, but I just wanted to make a whole summary about it, just to help you guys. But for attachments, like I said, best attachments to use, in my opinion, Barrels, flash hider, my favorite. I would recommend it. I think it's the best one. Sights, all preference. Personally, you're gonna notice me anytime I can use it 1.5 times, I will. If I cannot, I'll stick to either a hollow B, a red dot C, and a reflex B. Those are my top 3 that I like to use. It is all preference at the end of the day. Well, I think I just listed 4. That's my top 4 that I like to use. I can't count. And then grips, obviously vertical grip. If you can use a angled grip, you can go for it, but it's going to increase your recoil. So definitely, I would say if you want the best recoil, use vertical grip. And that's attachments. I think once you get the attachments down, now it's time to actually focus on what you need to actually improve on. Okay, so now one big thing that I don't notice a lot of people talking about is generally going to be ADS control, right? You can use horizontal, you can use vertical. That really won't affect your recoil control. But something that really does, like, significantly is going to be ADS. Now, this is generally my ADS, not the 3 times. I haven't changed it. I don't care. I just, like, whenever I, do different videos, I change my sense a lot. But generally, this is a range I like to stay in between. I used to play max. I lowered it. I want to be more consistent. But on this, we're looking good, right? Now, if I were to go to, let's say, standard, I should say 100, right? Let's say 100. I'll show you what this looks like. Now, if I look at my aim, right? That was my recoil control on my normal. This is mine on 100. Like, do you see how immediately I have to now readjust? Oh my god, that was not what I was expecting. Like, I have to like readjust, and the more I do it, the better I am. But generally, the point that I'm trying to make is, if your ADS control is all over the place, right? We can do the same thing for a lower one, not just higher. Let's do 15 ADS. Oh my god, this is disgusting. Like, who plays on that? First off, you playing that, get a grip. But second off, like, my point is controller ADS is going to be such a big target value for your recoil control. Now, obviously, I don't play on the sensitivities. The more I play on them, I'm sure I can control it a lot better. However, if you're noticing that you cannot control your recoil and you're pulling down way too much, your ADS is probably a little bit too fast. If you're doing this, like I was just doing, like where you're going way too much up, look, that's actually not bad. It's not bad if I was trying to shoot the moon. But like, if you notice that it's all over the place, try and find a middle ground. You might need to, most of the times that you need to lower your ADS. It's very rare that you need to increase it. Okay, let me make that clear. Okay, most of the time you need to just lower your ADS, and not by a lot. I would say lower it by like 10 and try that out, and see how you do in that. Lower each of them by 10. Maybe even 5, if you don't want to go as drastically. But you're gonna notice that your aim is going to be a lot different the more you play, the more you find a sensitivity that you actually like. And I'm not saying you gotta change your horizontal and vertical, but ADS is huge. So try and focus on changing your ADS sensitivity a little bit and see if that makes a difference. You don't gotta change it 24/7. You need to find one that you're gonna be comfortable on, because you're not gonna go to one and be the best. You're not, okay? But whatever you're on right now, listen to me, right? Listen, look at me. Okay, when you lower this from 5 to 10, you are not going to have good recoil control, okay? But, however, if you lower it and you practice on it, you'll be more consistent. You'll be better. Your recoil control will be a little better. And only do it by 5 if you don't want to do it a lot. Only do it by 5, but do 5 to 10 and see how you feel and practice that. And I promise you, your recoil control will be a lot better. Now, come with me as I do a T-Hunt. Quickly, I want to show you guys something, right? Personally, I think the almighty, like the #1 way that you're going to improve your recoil control is obviously making sure, you got that nice sense on that I told you about. Got the nice sense on. Then you are going to literally just practice on it. Whether it's T-Hunts, whether it's TDMs, whatever you feel you may want to do, that is completely up to you. Now, personally, I think what I like to do is I do a mix of both. I think TDMs are going to help you more with that fast, like, looking around recoil control. Whereas, like, T-Hunts are going to be more like the stationary, getting the movement down, getting everything down, like, stuff like that, right? To whereas TDMs, you're going to be in the most unorthodox, like, type play styles that are not going to actually happen mid-game, but you're prepared to quickly flick onto someone, to quickly control recoil, to, you're going to see some people on a head glitch, to quickly be able to, like, sit there and hold the recoil control on a head glitch, right? You're going to be doing that way more in a TDM, and I think it's going to be a lot better. You're going to be way more warmed up, and you're going to practice it. You're going to do a lot better. Personally, quick little rundown. Let me give you the warm-up routine that I run. Okay, I go into a T-Hunt. I do 1 T-Hunt. After a T-Hunt, which a T-Hunt takes about 2 minutes, okay? So then you go into a TDM. You do 1 TDM with the attacker that you're going to play. You do 1 TDM with the defender that you're going to play. Most likely, you might be a flex player. But the one that you're most likely going to play. Then you do, what I like to do is I like to do one more TDM with whatever operator I'm not really feeling the best with. Or if I'm feeling fucking solid, I'm going right into my next ranked game. But this is at most going to take you 10 to 15 minutes. Each TDM is 5 minutes each. And a T-Hunt is like 2 minutes if you put it on house. You just run in and kill everyone. So you're looking at a 10 to like 15 minute warm-up routine. I think it's the best routine that you could do. It'll help your recoil, it'll help with your confidence, which is another big thing I want to get into real quick before I wrap this video up. Listen, your mindset is everything, even with recoil control. It's not just to, you know, play well, but to have the good aim and the good recoil control, you have to have the right mindset. If you go into if you swing someone like a dunce and you're looking like E2 smooth on a Saturday night, like you're not gonna be able to like have the recoil control that you want. You gotta make sure that you are just ready to go. Literally, just don't focus on how you played last game. Don't focus on how you played yesterday. Don't focus on what if I play like poo. Don't focus on that. Okay, listen. Focus on doing good this game. Focus on playing the game. Focus on just getting the kill. Don't focus on how you're gonna get the kill. Just focus on getting the kill. You're like, all right, I'm gonna kill this kid. Let me swing him. Let me pre-fire him. Don't even think about the recoil control. I feel like a lot of people think about it way too much. They overthink stuff. Just play with confidence. Like you see pro players swinging other pro players. Like why they do so good. Why does Spoit do so good? Not just because he's Spoit, which he is insane, but they have confidence. You see other console players who play controller do so well, like Truman, like Speedy, because they have confidence. They don't care about the MNK who has much better recoil control or who feels they might have that. They might be on analog sticks, but they're pulling down and they're slamming them. So that's all you need to do is just practice, 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 which is the biggest thing. Practice is by far the biggest thing because you are not going to just pick up any gun, any attachment, any sense, and be good on it right away. You could maybe, but you're going to get a lot better the more you practice it. So, alright, so for the next tip, I want to show you something real quick, right? I want to talk about the controller that you are using. So, once again, MNKs, they're out of here. They're skipping past this part, right? You see this controller. I don't use controller normally. I normally use this controller. I use an Elite Controller Series 2. That's one of my mics plugged in, but this is the one that I plugged in for a second to show you, right? Look at my placement. Look at this thumb right here. This one I'm pulling down on. Look at the way. Let's see if I can get it to show. I'm pulling down like this. This is my placement, my thumb right here. Okay. So if you have an Elite controller, you will do a lot better. I promise you, it will help you. You'll be way better. Your movement will be better. Everything will feel a lot smoother. You don't need one though. Like I said, I played on a standard controller forever. It's not, you know, you're not gonna pick this up and be, you know, Jesus himself. Okay, right? But look at this, right? This is the way I hold my controller. I lean on my paddles, I crouch my bottom left, and I vault my bottom right, and I hold my controller like this. But generally what I'm trying to get at is when you're using a controller, look at your finger placement. Make sure it's like not all over the place. Just try taking your thumb and resting it in the middle part. I don't know if you play like this. I mean, maybe it's all preference, but I rest my thumb like this. And I don't hold my controller in the air like this. I feel like this is just disgusting. Like if you do this, like, nah, get a grip. Like, I mean, maybe it's all preference, but like, okay, that actually was not that bad recoil control. But I'm still not holding my controller like I got T-Rex arms. Like, most of the time, I'm gonna sit here and hold it on my lap, obviously. And even though that was worse. But that's just what I'm used to. Like, I feel like you have to try and find something that you can be used to, and I don't know, just look at your fingers. I know it's so weird to think about, but when I've tried to do hand cams, I never realized how awkward it was holding a controller in a certain position until I'm like, okay, wow, you know, having my lap, it's way easier. It's way better. Just having like a stable platform will actually help you. I'm not even joking. Whether you're playing on a table, whether you're playing on with your controller on your lap, but I don't know, just holding your controller in the air like you got little T-Rex arms, I feel like it's just not the play. That's, I think, the best way you're gonna improve recoil control is really going to be practice. Number one key. Use the right attachments that you feel comfortable on. Find the ADS sensitivity that you feel comfortable on. Don't change it all the time. Just find one. Whatever you're on right now, lower it by 10 to 5. Whatever you're on right now, lower by 10 to 5. You have the muscle memory around that sensitivity, lower by 10 to 5. And then just practice in the shooting range. Practice in TDMs. Practice in casual. And then go right into ranked and just warm up and just keep playing. Just keep grinding. I think it's going to be the best way that you're going to really improve. Like I said, maybe try using an Elite controller if you have it. That will help you a lot as well. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I will see you guys. Be sure to leave a like, be sure to comment, and be sure to subscribe. Have an amazing day. Much love. Mwah.